Haley, how are you?
I'm doing great. What's up?
Hey, it's been a while. I see things are busy for you, lessons and all the things. How's the team and lessons going for you?
Lessons are booming, teams are forming. We're about to start fall season, so we're just finalizing that roster. So I'm getting really excited for fall ball.
I'm excited that you're able to, you are a busy person, so to get 30 minutes of your time is like currency. For you, time is money, right?
It,
I love it. Well, tonight's a special one, Kaylee, so I had to have you back. I know, hey guys, you know Kaylee, Coach Kaylee and Coach Coons, and of course Coach Caitlin are on the staff with Dane and I. So Kaylee and I brought a special episode for you here in a minute. But first, about this episode, Kaylee, I've got some facts for you. Okay, so we're doing Globetrotter night, and I found some things out which is interesting to me. Now, according to legend and looking this up, even though it's Harlem Globetrotters, did you know apparently they did not start originally in Harlem? Did you know that?
no, where'd they start at?
According to what I've been researching, and I'll have our guests, they can correct me if they want, but it says they actually started in Chicago, is where the idea formed before
Mm,
they actually became a team in Harlem. I found out. Pretty cool, huh?
that is cool. I didn't know that.
It started in 1926, so just shy of 3 years older than Dane. No, I'm kidding, Dane. So almost 100, almost been to that, and just they are home to one of my favorite active ball players. So I don't want to waste any time, kid. I want to get into it and bring on our friend, this living legend, Raheem Tyner. Raheem, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Good, man. We're glad to have you. Kaylee and I are excited to have you on the show, Raheem. We've got some questions, man, that over the years the audience want to run past you. We've cultivated. So I'm going to take the lead. I'm going to get right into it, man. Thinking about you as an athlete and just a top deck elite performer, entertainer, and great athlete before you began playing at the highest level. Take me back. When did you first pick up a basketball? How old were you when you first started playing in your life? You know?
I think I first picked up a basketball when I was around probably 7 or 8 years old. I kind of watched my brother grow up playing basketball at a young age, and one day I just went to this park and rec in Northside Minneapolis called Farview, and I seen the gym, I seen the basketball, and I think that's when it kind of just begins. That's when it all kind of just started for me. So I say probably 1998,
Okay.
real young.
The rookie season was in 1998. I got you. I always joke because my first team was the Hot Cheetos. Do you remember the name of your first team at that age when you started playing like at Little League? What the name was?
I think we was I think my
Cool team.
first team, we was called the Farview, I believe, Cardinals. We was the
Okay,
Cardinals. Yeah,
I
we was
Okay.
got you.
the Cardinals.
I
Yep.
got you. I love it. Go ahead, Kaylee. Question two.
Oh, all right. Next question would be why basketball? Out of all the sports that you can do, what makes you drawn to basketball specifically?
Um, I think basketball it became first nature with just a lot of, I guess, people saying my potential, and then I kind of just was inspired by a lot of like growing up in the neighborhood. It necessarily we wasn't watching NBA, but growing up I was watching like the N1 mixtape and street basketball and stuff like that. So it first started off as just like I wanted to be an N1 mixtape player. I wanted to be a street ball player because it was just like the swagger they had. They wore clothes baggy, the chains, the headbands, the jerseys. I just I kind of loved it, but also a lot of my family members, such as like my older brother and couple other cousins and stuff like that played basketball. So it was always in our family.
That's cool. Kaylee, I know we talked about this quite a bit, influence, and as Kaylee, I always give you props for influencing these kids that you teach. I'm curious, Raheem, man, thinking about it, because I'm right there with you. I grew up playing NBA Streets, Volume 1 and 2. I used to love it because when we were kids, when NBA Streets came out, there was no internet at that time. So I would watch the AM1 mixtapes that would come at the end of it. It was at the end. Street Hoops was the game. You know what I'm talking about? And they were
Yep,
showing
yep,
like
yep.
Half Man,
Right
Half
on.
Amazing, Hot
Yeah,
Sauce, all those guys.
Green
Yeah.
Pass. Yep, yep. I
Yeah.
remember all that stuff. So yeah, nah, it was I kind of we had the my older brother, he had like the DVD sets for all like the N1 mixtape tours. Like he
Yeah.
had volume 1 like all the way to 12 and 13. So it wasn't a lot of live basketball. We would just pop in the DVDs every night and just watch the
Man,
N1 mixtapes tours, and to me, those was like NBA players growing up. So, I say probably my youth ages, that was like a big inspiration. Just kind of falling in love with the game.
I love it. So I know you take some of the M1 stuff. So that the showmanship, but still, what people don't realize is because I try to teach my kids that my daughter's 13 and 11, they don't know anything about that. So they see, YouTube and it's a thing. I'm like, no, we actually went out and bought the DVD, had to pop it in, watched it from start to finish. So you got
Yeah.
these amazing basketball players you watch. Like I said, half man, half amazing, hot sauce, on and on. I'm curious, alongside of people like that on the showmanship side, were there any maybe NBA players or coaches or family members that you looked up to growing up?
Oh yeah, so one of my favorite players, that was on and one, he ended up becoming an NBA player was Rayford Austin. I think he's known as Skip to Malou.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And so he was a big one that kind of merged from street basketball to the NBA. I seen him in the NBA finals with the Orlando Magic playing against the Lakers. So that was big. But growing up in Minneapolis, I say that big inspiration was the big ticket, Kevin Garnett. Um, yeah, him in that 21 jersey and them pine old school Timberwolves jerseys, the black
beautiful.
and white ones, with Sam Cassell, Latrell, and just the troops. I know we made it to the Western Conference Finals, but Kevin Garnett was a big pinnacle. His mentality, that anything is possible mentality, kind of was a big thing for me watching him win a championship. So I wore 21 a lot as a young
That's
player.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. Kaylee, I'm sitting over here. I'm Granted, help me out here. So I know you had question 4, but Kaylee, run with that because I'm fanboying out right now.
Yeah, I mean, just going back on Kevin, he's awesome, especially on 2K. So he's just an
There you go.
all-round pick. I'll pick him all the time too. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that being inspired, especially carrying the jersey number. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? Any big plans or anything that you're working towards? Anything you're excited about?
Yeah, so I've been with J&J Management, my agency, and what I got going on is I'm probably going to be signing to play in the LBN, which is in
Yeah.
Mexico. They're starting around September 7th. I think that's when our first game is, the 8th and 9th. So it's like hop off the plane and play. So I'll be doing that for about, I want to say, 2 months to around November. They kind of end around the 29th, championship wise, depending if we make the playoffs. And then after that, I'll be on the 2024 Harlem Globetrotters tour. So probably coming back, flying to Minneapolis, maybe for a week or two, and then probably going down to Atlanta to start a training camp or workouts or tryouts or whatever they
Man.
need for me. So yeah, we kind of clocked in all year round till summertime.
So
That is in for sure.
I feel bad because Kaylee, you and Raheem are all busy, and I'm kind of chilling over here. Like I got a couple down months. I'm like, okay, I feel bad. I'm playing some 2K, and I'm just chilling, and like everybody. So hats off to both of you guys. Raheem, I'm curious, man, because you talked about having the tour, and then so many things that you're doing, and you're part of such history. I love when I first started messaging you. Obviously, what you're doing with LBN, and then the Globetrotter tour, there's such rich history in what you're a part of, and it's so great to. I remember my dad, one of my best memories as a kid, taking me to the Globetrotters, right? And now you're going into that, and you're passing on the legacy. Now I'm going to take my kids, and there's just something about that. It's a great pastime, showmanship, great athletes, and just good, clean family fun. I love what you do representing the sport of basketball. It goes so far beyond traditional WNBA and NBA. There's so many more facets, and I just love to see what you're doing. Thank you for giving us some great basketball to watch all year round. I love it.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, my first tour was actually this year, and I kind of went midway. I was referred to finish out one of the teams for the West Coast tour, and honestly, I didn't kind of know what to expect. I always played kind of professional basketball, played college basketball, played organized basketball for so many years, but one of my family, like they always say I got a knack for like making people laugh naturally. So the showmanship was kind of always in me. Being the theatrics when you play basketball, if you're on a run, you know, you're doing mellow threes, you're doing all this. So um I didn't know what to expect, but probably I'll say within 24 hours I felt like it was a family. Like
Yeah.
being two traveling buses around the country with the same group of people for months and months in, you kind of grow a bond with people. And we made it. We made it well. The staff was incredible. Players was professional from all the way to the stage coordinator, all the way to the head coach, Sweet Lou. So it was amazing. It was amazing. To go into different arenas, see different faces, the inspiration on kids, the happiness. It was just amazing. It was amazing.
I
It was
love it.
something I never expected, but it was an incredible opportunity.
It's really, and maybe Kaylee, if you maybe feel this way too, it's kind of like taking rock stars and sports and put it, you're a sports rock star. It's cool, you know, just see this. I love it. You're making people smile. You're a great athlete. And on top of that, you know, you're you know, touring the world. So Kaylee and I have a little segment, Raheem. We're gonna transition. I promise you, I'd almost be willing to bet in earlier press and media that you've done. I'd be willing to bet you haven't had a segment like this. This is the only part I don't prep you for. This is called rapid fire. Now I know you're a showman and you're good at improv, so this is gonna probably fit really well for you. What we do is Kaylee and I bet on what we think you're going to pick. We bet on you, on these responses, okay? And what our fans do is they give us rapid questions from across the world. And they say, hey, ask your guests these questions. And you got to pick these scenarios. Imagine time doesn't exist. You could be in a parallel universe, but you got to pick one of these two things. You have to pick an answer, okay? So.
Okay, got it. Got you.
So first one, we'll give you a soft toss, but we're going to go back to 1992. And you're transplanted as the athlete that you are now. You're transplanted back to the 1992 All-Star Game, NBA, and you get to play one of these two legends one-on-one half court during the NBA All-Star presentation. You can go with Jordan or Magic, but you can do a one-on-one game against. Who are you going against for a half court game?
Oh, for a half court game, that's easy. That's Michael Jordan. Yeah,
Let's go.
I have no choice.
Kaylee, what'd you have? Did you have Jordan or Magic?
That's what I picked, Jordan.
Okay. So we're 1-1. So here's how this works. The winner gets lunch provided by the loser, Raheem. So I'm hoping you kind of lean this way. You know what I'm saying? So I need to help you out.
For
Go,
sure.
Kaylee.
Got you.
So next one, Space Jam 3 is starring Raheem Tyner. You're going to be the lead character in Space Jam 3. Jordan did a great job. LeBron did a great job. Love both those movies. Love them. Family favorites. But instead of taking the cast of Warner Brothers or Looney Tunes or any of those type of characters, you get to pick one of these two cast as your, I guess, your people that you got to train, right? And so you can go with either A, you can take the cast of Futurama with you into Space Jam 3, or the cast of Real Monsters into Space Jam 3. Which one are you taking?
Oh, I gotta go with Blender and the Futurama. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Did you have that one, Kaylee? Did you have that
Yeah,
one?
Drama. That's a classic. They're solid.
Okay. Let's go. So we're tied right now. You and I are tied 2-2. So Raheem, next one. A lot of athletes, athletes do movie roles and things like that. We've actually had a lot of NBA people translate well, or basketball players translate for some reason into bad guys in movies. So you're called up, you get two scripts laid on your desk. They say, hey, we want you to be the main villain in one of these two film franchises. Which one you going with? The choices are Expendables 5, it's coming out, or John Wick 5. You get to be the main bad guy. Which franchise you going with?
I'm gonna go with the Expendables. I think John Wick gonna do me bad.
Let's go. I love it. Kaylee, do you have that one?
Got that one. He's 6'7". He can't be John Wick. He'll be easily
That's
spotted.
right. Let's go.
Easily targeted.
So last one, this is rapid. So this last one here, like I said, remember, time doesn't exist. Objects can come to life and all that. So for a day, you get to still keep your presence of mind, but you get to translate yourself, and you can make one of these two objects come to life, and your mind goes inside one of these two objects. So it's you morphing into one of these two objects. You can either A, be one of the iconic Macy's Day Parade blimps for a day. So that's you're walking around as a Macy's Day Parade blimp. Or B, you can walk around for a day as the NBA logo come to life. Macy's Day Parade blimp or NBA logo, which one are you going with for a day?
I think I'm gonna go with the NBA logo.
I went
Yeah.
4 for 4. Let's go, Kaylee. What'd you have? Did you have that one, Kaylee?
Blimp. I just thought they had a huge blimp with the ball. That would have been fire.
You know,
I
it's
just
kind
feel
of.
like it's gonna be cold outside with the
That's
blitz.
But think about it, like my mind goes to some of the classic iconic blimps, like the Michelin Man. He's like 30 feet tall. Is that what you had, Kaylee?
yeah, that's the vision, but I get it though.
I got you. Well, Kaylee, I'll take my. You can go ahead and bring me some lobster bisque. I'll take it. Okay, I'm just kidding.
Big.
I'm just kidding. Well, thank you, Raheem. Hopefully, again, in segments you've had, that's something a little different. I appreciate you being a good sport. So I'm going to transition to the last segment. Kaylee, if you want to take that segment away and go from there.
Yeah, so at the end we like to do a little open mic. So anything that you would want to share, or like what's your mantra kind of thing, like what says Raheem, something that you would want other people to know that like might look up to you and things like that.
It's good.
Okay, yeah. One thing I could say, honestly, I always tell children a lot of this. One thing beyond basketball, I was a dean of students at a public charter high school in our inner city community for about 3 years. So I've been working with youth for about 5 to 6 years, even off the court. But one thing I always say is don't let the product of your environment determine the person you want to be. Um,
Really.
what kind of defines me is always being a father, being inspirational, being a role model, leading by example, always having that integrity, doing the right things when no one's watching, and kind of just be a stand-up person. It doesn't take so many characteristics to be a great person. It just takes morals and solid good things, such as like I said, integrity, doing the right things when no one's watching, staying grounded, staying principled, staying to your principles and stuff like that. So I like to just kind of give kids a message that like I said, whatever environment you're in, whatever the circumstances is, whether you're homeless, or whether you're struggling through a teen pregnancy, male or female, always just understand that, time passes through everything, and you can always be whatever you want in life.
That's powerful. Kaylee, what do you think? That's powerful, right? That's words of wisdom right there,
Yeah, absolutely. Especially just making the best out of your situation because, we can't control everything. But like you said, leading by example, controlling the things that you can is so important. And I think that's awesome to hear.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Raheem, I think about you kept going back to integrity, and that's what Kaylee, Dane, and I stand for on the show is, hey, work ethic is so huge, and do it right, even if no one's making you. We can't say enough about that. And look at you, you're world renowned. People know you. When I even hinted that we're having you on, my feeds blew up. They're like, what? No way! Like you are known for doing it right, and it's cool that you can do it the right way and still it pays off. Hard work always pays off, So I love that, man. So I can't say enough thank yous, man. It's inspirational because we have athletes, and we've got young musicians and rock stars and older people too, right? And the whole mindset is, hey, how do you have the guts to chase your dreams and to chase after that? And I'm hearing you say it, just hard work and integrity and staying true to who you are, and that's a classic blend right there, So
Thank you.
well, Raheem, I tell you what, we'll be watching you. I knew about the LBN stuff, so I'll be watching you guys play through streaming and all that. Can't wait. Kaylee and I always say, welcome invitation to come back. I know you're a busy person, but we call it the alum. So once you come on once, come back anytime. Maybe after things slow down and you get a couple of days off and the next season, come back. And we just love to catch up maybe during the off season again sometime soon. Okay. So
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys having me.
yes, huge fans. We'll be in touch. We'll get this out as soon as we can, and much love, and get some rest before you start dominating the rest of the world. Okay.
Got you. Thank you guys so much, man. Always love.
Much love. We'll be in touch. You take care. Okay. Be in touch very soon. Thank you, my friend. So, Kaylee, tell me what you think. Help me break that down. How did you feel about that? Was that awesome or what?
He is just great to listen to. Like he's talking about how he's a family man. Like I can just feel how he entertains people. Like I can feel that warm presence. He just was a fun guy to talk to for sure.
I say it all the time. What drew me to you, Joe, and Caitlin, I love your work ethic and how you want to bring everybody in. You want the whole family to gather around the table, and that's what we talk about all the time on this show. Is hey, everybody, come on, let's go. Let's. If you're struggling through something, let's get through it. I'm here. I'm an ear that you could listen to, and what matters is how hard you try. You talk about that. You preach that all the time. The mental performance, right? You know.
Absolutely. I feel like with Raheem, especially, what I got from him was selflessness off the bat. And he's doing so much, but also returning it back to the community, which is so important. I think that's just awesome. He still makes time for it.
Man, Dane's gonna be mad they missed this one, Kaylee. You know what I mean? So
Great one. I mean, everyone's great that comes on, but he's been
yeah,
missing the hitters.
it's all good. We're gonna get down one day where everybody's schedules align, where you, me, Joe, one of these days, Kaylin and Dane, we're gonna have this one big happy episode. But until then, we're gonna keep grinding out. So, Kaylee, I know you're always busy, but it's always a privilege as one of our favorite people ever. And I'm so glad that we get to have you on as much as we do. Much luck on the days ahead. Hope you get some rest too, because you're about as busy as Raheem these days, you know? So
I'm getting up there, Josh, but I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. I just love being here too.
I love it. Well, all of y'all that, again, we'll make sure, as always, Coach Kaylee's feeds get out there. Look up Coach Kaylee, one of the best coaches I know, knows the game in and out, and is a great mentor and a great person to lean on. You're not going to find a better human being that will show that they care about you than Coach Kaylee. And then thank you again, Raheem, and of course, LBN and the Harlem Globetrotters. Thanks for loaning Raheem to us for the night. We can't wait to see you guys again very soon. And as always, don't forget that we love you, and thank you for listening.